This is the BMW M4 Competition, only with two key differences. Number one, it has a foldable fabric roof which can be lowered in 18 seconds at up to 30 miles an hour. And secondly, it has BMW's M xDrive four-wheel drive system. Styling wise, the M4 Convertible is pretty much exactly the same as its coupe counterpart, of course excluding the roof. The change to a fabric roof over the metal folding roof on the previous generation is all in the name of saving weight. The fabric roof is 40% lighter than the metal roof it replaces. The xDrive system also adds weight, around 50 kilos. I've been extremely lucky this year to spend a lot of time in the new BMW M3 and M4 Competition, and I've got to say, it's up there in one of my top 5 favourite cars that I've driven this year, both the 3 and the 4. So, what about this? The final derivative that I've not driven of the lineup, the M4 Competition Convertible. I've been wanting to get my hands on one of these for quite a while because, if I'm honest, this is probably the model that I would go for out of the lineup because I love a convertible. And well, two notable differences with this car, as I've already mentioned: roof and M xDrive. The first time the M3 and M4 have been available with a four-wheel drive system. So, what's it like? Well, let me start by telling you what I thought it was going to be like. So I thought, driving this car, the change to it being a converter was going to change the car entirely, because we've gained nearly 200 kilos of weight with this car. Now, around 50 of that is thanks to the four-wheel drive system, but the rest is obviously to do with the strengthening that needs to go into this car to make it a convertible. But I have to say, I was wrong, because this car to me feels just as sharp and just as precise, and importantly, just as fast as the M3 and the M4. We still have up front the same 3-litre twin turbocharged 6-cylinder petrol engine with 510 horsepower and 650 newton meters of torque. In this car, the convertible with the M xDrive system, the 0 to 62 mile an hour sprint is dealt with in 3.7 seconds. 3.7 seconds. Go back 6, 7, 8 years ago, maybe even less than that. That was supercar speed. It's bonkers. This car now has, oh, can you hear that as well? They're so soulful, these things, they really are. But what about the turning? What about the way that it attacks bends? Surely that would have changed, but no. It feels brilliant. It feels like becoming a convertible hasn't really changed the characteristics of this car. And then you add the M xDrive system, it's now become unbelievably usable all year round. We get some snow, you can still use this because it's four-wheel drive. In the bright midst of our English summers, which, well, it's supposed to be now, you can get the roof down. And well, today I haven't got the roof down, unfortunately, because the weather keeps changing its mind. 1 second it's dry, the next we've got torrential downpours, and I don't really want to get caught in one of those. However, the roof can go up or down in 18 seconds up to 30 miles an hour, so theoretically at least you could do it and not get caught in a rain shower, which is positive. But the thing for me with this car was adding an xDrive system to it. I thought, oh, is it going to lose that rear drive biased feel that I love so much about the M3 and the M4 saloon and coupe? And it doesn't feel like it has. To me, it still definitely feels rear drive biased, only now you have more confidence in it. When the road is wet and slippy like it is today, to just plant the throttle. In the 3 and the 4, the rear wheel drive derivatives, I don't think you could really do that. Well, you could if you wanted to light up the rears and you need to have your wits about you. With this though, the road is incredibly slippy and greasy today, but it just doesn't matter. You can slam the throttle into the ground and it just takes off. Now, as we're dropping through a 30-mile-an-hour little village, let me just tell you what this car's like to cruise in. So drop it back, everything into comfort and efficient. And that's the thing for me. One of the huge positives with the M3, M4 convertible, they're so usable on a daily basis. They really are. You've still got this incredibly well thought out interior. Everything's exactly where you'd expect it to be. And then the seats. I've said in previous videos, the carbon seats that you can get as an option on these cars look incredible, but for me, I think I'd have these ones because they're incredibly supportive. You feel like the car is hugging the contours of your body. You get electric seats and lumbar support as standard across the range, and that's all you need. I think that's all you need. But anyway, we're getting back out now. Let's have another blast before we round up what this car's like. Let's drop it. Let's go into manual, shall we? There we go. Drop it down. Now this car's pretty new, so I can't be too harsh on it. But still, oh, wow. The last M4 I drove, I don't think it sounded like this. You get a lot more of the exhaust coming through. Maybe there's a little bit less sound deadening in this potentially because we've got a fabric roof now. But to me, it sounds amazing. Oh, it's so fast. It is so fast, this. I mean, was it ever in any doubt? Why would I have doubted BMW? This car is everything. The whole range is simply brilliant in every single way. They are, all of them, right up there in some of my favourite cars that I've driven this year. I've been very fortunate to drive some incredible cars this year. But these, the 3, the 4 convertible, they stand out for me. They really do. And I've got to be honest, if money was no object, if somehow I managed to be able to afford one of these would make it into my garage within a heartbeat. If I was to win the lottery tonight, I'd be straight down to a local Rybrook BMW retailer and I'd place an order, probably for an M4 convertible with xDrive, because they're only available with xDrive in the UK. I would probably go Isle of Man green with an ivory full merino leather interior. And that'll do me. That would absolutely do me. What else can I say about this car? Not a lot, to be honest, other than the fact I absolutely love it. I will say, however, I have driven this car with the roof down, and the only time you notice that it's a convertible, obviously, other than the fact you've got a million miles of headroom, is when you're really pushing on with the roof down. You feel a tiny, and I mean tiny, little bit of flex, a little bit of scuttle, but that's it. These convertibles now are becoming so good. Performance convertibles are getting so good at disguising the weight gain and the lack of roof. This is it. This would be the one I'd go for. So one more. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to rain again. I was literally about to pull over and get the roof down, but no, the rain's starting to come down again. But anyway, what a machine. I think this car has only solidified the fact that the new M3, M4 competition, there's not a single weak link in the model range. No matter which one you go for, you're going to have easily one of the most capable machines on the market. And I absolutely adore them. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you'd like any more information on M3, M4 or any BMW for that matter, use the link in the description of this video to go and contact the guys at one of our Rybrook BMW retailers. And please like this video and subscribe to the channel for plenty more content to come.